Well, good morning, everyone. Marty again, here to talk to you about stress today. So, what do I want to talk about stress? Well, I guess I can feel some stress, just like anyone. I don't tend to be a very stressful person. Most people that know me know that I'm always calm and tend to be laid back. And I guess for some people that could be a way of hiding this stress, but I really don't think it is in my case. Um, you know, whenever you think of AA or different organizations like that, they always have you concentrate on what to not worry about the things that you don't control, to only worry about the things that you do control, and to do something about that. Well, I've always naturally had that mentality. I never worry about things that are out of my control. I mean, I'm human, so it can happen. I can, have something on my mind that, like anyone, I guess, that will keep me preoccupied. But generally, not much. I mean, I put my head in the pillow at night and I go right to sleep. So, I leave work. I don't bring work with me. It cuts. It cuts. There's no, so why am I bringing this up then? Well, yesterday when I left work, last couple of days, last week, 2 weeks, they've been pretty busy. I've been busy with a lot of things. People who know me also know that I can be quite busy. I have a lot of things going on. This is my voice studio. I do some audiobooks in here. I got my regular day job. In the back there, I got my my little home brewery. So when I'm making different batches of beer for myself, for my wife, for my in-laws, well, I have to deal with that and all the steps that takes to get from point A to point B. Then, of course, there's the food plan, right? That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Talk about food addiction. So there's the food plan, there's the gym, there's the exercise. So there's a lot of things. And yesterday, when I was coming home, I was just in one of these moods where like my head just felt congested. Like there's just been thinking too much about various things, mostly about work, I guess. But just in one of these moods that I just felt like I wanted to get away. Let's go sit myself on the beach for a couple of weeks and just think about nothing. Not work, not the voice work, not the beer making or the food plan or the gym or this and that. And I was in one of those moods. So we got home and I made dinner. And my wife and I, we just spent the evening in the living room, and we watched a bunch of shows that we watch together usually. And that's just what can you call it? It keeps you distracted. It alleviates that kind of stress if you had some. Sometimes it just numbs it, I guess. If you think about an alcoholic or a drug addict, if they take their substances, it's because they want to numb something, and it makes them feel better to get away from whatever stress they're feeling inside. So anyway, I went to the gym this morning. I went to do my spinning session that I do on Mondays and Wednesdays usually. And after my spinning, I went over to the weights and did some weightlifting for the my upper body and core plan that I've built for myself. So I have all these things going on, and I just kept thinking about that feeling that I had yesterday when I left work, and how much I didn't like that feeling, and I wanted to get away from the stress. Now, I do have a lot of things going on, and if I can even hear my coach's voice in the back of my mind, Roberto, who's telling me, "You got too many things going on, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do everything." And no wonder he'd probably tell me, no wonder you feel stressed, right? Same thing goes for the people at Bright Lines Eating. Susan, in her plan, in her food plan, one of the concepts is to not exercise during the time that you're in the food plan. And the reason for that is because, like she explains to us, is that willpower, we all have a certain amount of willpower. And if we need willpower for the food plan, if we need willpower for the exercise, willpower for something else, we only have so much to go around. So if you eliminate the other things that you need willpower for and just keep it for the food plan, it gives you a better chance of staying on the food plan. And so that's her way of thinking. So she'd probably tell me that, I have too many things going on. But this morning I was thinking about it, and you know what? Work doesn't stress me. Recording audiobooks doesn't stress me. Being on my food plan doesn't stress me. Working out the gym doesn't stress me. So what stresses me? What stresses me is not doing something that goes against my food plan. That brings me stress. If I have, if I'm at work and decide to have a treat of some kind, because there are some available around where I work, well, it instantly causes a certain form of stress because I've gone against the food plan, and I'll be thinking about all day. But it's not only that, it's also that I've been in this loop long enough to know that that first step leads to many others. So I'll be thinking about that all day long. At work, if you have sometimes you have big projects and there's just things that it looks like a big mountain you're not going to surmount, you're not going to get over. And so you tend to do the other things and put it aside and avoid it. That causes stress. Whereas if you just did it and then got to the other side of that mountain, because it's not really a mountain, there would be no stress, Going to the gym, when I'm at the gym and exercising, I'm not stressed there. I feel it's the exact opposite. I feel good about myself, and they say when you exercise, it releases endorphins and stuff, and it's true. Because when I walk out of the gym, I feel great. So it's the day that I should go to the gym and I decide not to, that causes a stress. So we talk about comfort foods, or I had the example of the drug addict or alcoholic before. They take whatever their substance is to feel better, but it's by taking them that they feel worse because it goes against what they're trying to achieve. And so if we talk about comfort foods or just foods that aren't as healthy and are not, let's say, part of the food plan as the one I'm following, let's take a chocolate bar. I want to eat that chocolate bar because it'll taste good and it'll make me feel better. But no, it won't make me feel better. Might taste good, but it's going to make me feel worse. So then I was at the gym this morning going, so the best way to avoid any type of stresses as the ones I've described is to stick to the plan. So if I see that example of a chocolate bar, it might taste good, but it's going to cause me stress if I have it. So it's not hard to stay on the plan. It's easier because if I stay on the plan, I don't worry about it. Does that make any sense? Seemed to make a lot of sense to me this morning when I was thinking about it. So that's why I turned on the camera to share that big light bulb that just popped over my head. It is obvious when you think about it, but yeah. So ever since then, which is not that long, it was only a couple of hours ago. It's you know, I came home and it was kind of like a time to work, and I hadn't had breakfast. So I gotta have my breakfast, so I did. Why stress about it? Just go to work and do what you got to do after. I got certain things to take care of at work, and I will do that right now after this video. And then after that, I'll be stress-free. I went to the gym this morning. I'll follow the food plan today. So I'll do nothing that'll cause any additional stress. So I just thought it was a wonderful added motivation to stick with something, be it a food plan or be it trying to control an addiction, is by sticking with it. It's a stress release. So when I see the temptations before me, that's all I got to tell myself. Avoid the stress. No, you don't want that. It'll give you stress. So, might seem simplistic. Is it the new thing to keep me going? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it sounded like a nice thought. It sounded like something that could help. So, and I've even, like I said, I applied it a couple of times this morning already. So I plan to concentrate on that, avoiding stress. And if I avoid the stress, it's because I followed the plans that are before me. It's not having those many plans that stress me. It's not following them that stress me. So, if they were impossible to follow, well then that would be a problem. But they are not impossible to follow, even though I am human, and even though, because they're not as big as they seem to be. When you describe them, it just seems like this is just too much. But I don't know. I like to be busy. I feel good I'm busy. So anyway, let's take it from there. So thanks for listening. Avoid the stress. Do what you got to do. That's it.